Thank you for joining us. Still in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he's about to be arrested and bound, but he really wasn't bound by those shackles or even bound by the nails on the cross later. He was bound by love. He did everything that he did because he loved us. And what a wonderful thing to realize how much God loves us. Two guys are mentioned in this particular passage. One is Annas and one is Caiaphas. You know, according to Jewish law, the high priest was supposed to be a descendant of Aaron, the brother of Moses. And any of the priestly caste was supposed to come out of that tribe, the tribe of Levi, that Moses and Aaron were a part of. And so with the Romans, the one that had the right, with the Jews, the one who had the right to be the next high priest was Annas. But the Romans had the soldiers, and so they intervened and they said, no, we don't want Annas. We're firing Annas. We're going to make Caiaphas the high priest. And so by religious right, Annas had the right to be the high priest. But by appointment of the Roman government, Caiaphas was the high priest. And so the Jews would unofficially go to Annas first, the one that they really considered to be the high priest, and then they would go to Caiaphas because that's who Rome said they had to go to. So let's kind of clarify with that. Okay. The Roman cohort, the commander and the officers of the Jews arrested Jesus and bound him, verse 12. Led him to Annas first, for he was the father-in-law of Caiaphas, who was the high priest that year. Now Caiaphas was the one who had advised the Jews, back in chapter 11, after Lazarus was resurrected, advised the Jews that it was expedient for one man to die on behalf of the people. Now you might remember, Caiaphas said that, but what Caiaphas was thinking was, the Jewish people, for the sake of their protection and for the sake of them prospering, this guy needs to die. We need to get him out of the way. And John said, actually, he didn't realize it, but he was prophesying that Jesus was going to die for the Jewish people and for the rest of the world, having their sins put upon him. It was prophesied in Isaiah chapter 53 that he was wounded for our transgressions and bruised for our iniquities, that we like sheep have gone astray, everyone to his own way, but the Lord laid the iniquity, big word for sin, laid the iniquity of us all on him. It was prophesied. And so that's exactly what he was doing, prophesied by Isaiah. And then Caiaphas, who wanted to have him murdered, was actually giving the same prophecy. And please remember that Jesus understood. He left Perea, which was on the other side of the Jordan River, crossed over and went west, and then came south, going through Jericho back to Jerusalem. And before he took that trip, shortly after he began that trip, he said, we're going back to Jerusalem. I'm going to be betrayed. I'm going to be mocked. I'm going to be scourged. I'm going to be put to death, and I'm going to rise on the third day. So he prophesied it too. And remember, in the book of John earlier, I believe it's chapter 12, he said, for this cause I came into the world. Yeah. So he was going to drink the cup. Just like unknowingly Caiaphas prophesied. Have a wonderful day.